Hey everybody, Scary Spikes here, and I'd like to welcome you to Let's Play Xcom, Enemy Unknown, Episode 1. Thank you very much for joining me, and we're going to be starting a brand new game on the normal difficulty level here. Of course, starting out with second wave, we're going to enable a few things. Damage Roulette, which gives weapons a much wider range of damage. New Economy, which allows council members to give random amounts of funding. Not Created Equally, which allows your rookies to start with random starting stats. And Hidden Potential, which allows your soldiers to have their stats increased randomly. This gives the game a little bit more flavor in my opinion. And of course we're going to enable the tutorial. You guys get a good idea of how to play the game. Let's get it started. So if you're familiar with the first XCOM game, then you might be very comfortable in Enemy Unknown. Reason being is that a lot of the same mechanics that were present in the first game have also been brought back here. And I'm very pleasantly surprised that Firaxis has made the controls and the camera system as fluid, responsive, and easy to use, and intuitive as it is. So the camera is sort of looking at a top-down angle, which really gives you a great tactical view of everything that's going on the battlefield. And of course there's the cover system, which is probably one of the single most important aspects of the game, as if you're not in cover, you're going to get blown to smithereens. It's incredibly easy to die in this game, and I have found that out the hard way. So we're in half cover now. We're going to move to full cover shortly here, which of course greatly reduces the chance that the aliens are going to be able to hit us, and of course reduces a little bit of damage taken when we do get hit. And once we've got all of our soldiers in position here, we're going to move our other soldier, our last soldier, up to take a look at what's going on behind this bus. Love the tactical action cam here as you're running and doing certain things. Really gets you immersed, and it looks like this particular gentleman has had way too much cherry Kool-Aid.
Looks like
yeah, the action cam is fantastic in this game. I mean, whenever you take a dramatic shot and kill an alien, whenever you're running towards cover, and you know, just the music and the atmospheric effects and everything just add to it. But the action cam really immerses you in the game, and I think it's a really nice addition. I'm really glad they did that. So it looks like we've got somebody in the building, and we're gonna have to explore and see what the hell is going on in there. Clearly, something is amiss. Treachery is afoot, and we need to figure out what's going on. So the movement system is really cool. You get these two little things under your health bar, and they represent sort of the different abilities and movements that your soldiers can make in any particular turn. Now, some abilities might cost 1, such as firing or throwing a grenade. Some may cost 2, such as a special ability of a certain class. And of course you can use those to move. Now, if you move within the blue outline, as you can see there, you're only going to be using one ability. If you move to past the blue outline but within the orange outline, you're going to be using both. So you really have to be sure before you do anything, as that kind of system really does keep you on your toes, and it makes sure that you really plan things out. Because if you're kind of going in there all gung-ho, shooting everybody up, then you're going to end up like that guy. So don't do that. Plan your route, be tactical, have your guys cooperate together and cover each other. It's really the best way to play this game. It's sort of like when you're playing a Splinter Cell game and you're going in and shooting everybody up. It's not really the whole premise. You sort of have to follow what the game is doing, but the great thing is that XCOM doesn't hold your hand through the process. So I'm going to move up to full cover here, and that I have no idea what that is. That's some kind of weird alien object, so we're going to keep investigating the building there. So the great thing about XCOM as well is it gives you a little bit of depth via some RPG elements. Now, of course, I'm talking about the class systems. The class systems are such that once your rookies level up beyond a certain point, then they end up being assigned a random class. That can be anything from sniper to support to assault to a heavy gunner, and essentially that gives them a few initial starting abilities that pertain specifically to that class, and then allows you to train them as they get more experience to be more proficient in what they do. Alrighty, let's get inside and see what's going on. Love that action cam, that is fantastic. Gonna go inside the warehouse here, set up our soldiers, and hopefully figure out what is going on. Of course, this is not looking good at all. We've got a gentleman just standing there, holding a shotgun and a grenade. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. This is gonna go over well. Alright, so let's continue to set up our soldiers here. We're going to be putting them inside the building, hopefully into some cover and some advantageous positions, so that we can deal with the situation as best as we could. Looks like they're trying to ask him to drop his weapon. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. The guy doesn't look to be very happy, or really in control for that matter. Hopefully he's not being mind controlled.
appears to be in shock.
He appears to be in shock. No kidding. Alright, well, let's continue to set up the soldiers here. This is something that, by the way, you're going to spend a lot of time doing in Enemy Unknown. And it's something that has really almost become a necessary thing, because if you don't have guys in cover, if you don't plan out your moves ahead of time and just sort of run in, you're probably going to look like the guy in the bus stop or the guy that drank the Kool-Aid. So you don't want to be that. That's not good. Dying is bad for your health. Don't do it. And speaking of things not to do, don't approach a guy with a grenade and a shotgun. Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Still not a good idea to approach a guy with a shotgun and a grenade. I mean, that's just outlandish, but... so he's being mind controlled, and this can't go well. Ooh! Yep, definitely can't go well for us, so we've just lost a guy. And... kamikaze, I like it. Well, now the aliens are going to have their way with us, and of course by that I mean they're going to be taking their turn. And yeah, we just lost another one of our guys. And this is exactly what happens. Unfortunately, this is the tutorial. We don't really have a choice in what we do, sadly, but we will have lots of choices for the remainder of the game. Looks like one of our soldiers is suppressed there. Suppression, of course, making sure that we can't move, as if we do, we will get hit, and also reduces the chance for us to hit with that particular soldier as well. So we're going to come around the corner here and see if we can flank this guy. And as you can imagine, it's the opposite of suppression there. Flanking gives you a bonus to your hit chance. And he's a little bit too busy to realize that he was just about to get shot in the head. That's a critical, so he's down. One more to go. At least one more to go. There's probably more. They're bound to be here somewhere, but in the meantime, we're going to come down here with our soldier and take care of business. Get rid of this lonely alien here behind the crates. Alright, so we'll be tossing a grenade, and this is good for one of several reasons. One being that the environments in Enemy Unknown are actually destructible, so you're able to use explosives to open up line of sight for your sniper, for example, or to make sure that the enemy can't use that cover for themselves. Of course, you can use the explosives just to blow the crap out of them, but that does carry some consequences as well, and that's something I want to quickly go over with you guys. So at the end of every mission, you're going to be presented with some items. Now, these can include anything from weapon fragments to alien bodies to alien artifacts, and the premise here is to be able to take these items up to home base and basically research them for your own benefit. Help you make some weapons, some armor, even develop some new technology to fight the alien threat. Unfortunately, using explosives against the aliens is detrimental to your research efforts, as it blows everything to smithereens. So that negating your ability to move forward in your research really carries a lot of weight in the decisions that you make while you're playing the game. The decision-making process in Enemy Unknown is going to be integral to your success in the game. You're always given a plethora of choices, and while all of them are viable, none of them are easy to make, and all of them will have a significant impact in the way that the game plays out. One of the first choices that you have during the game is to choose where your base is going to be located. Geographically, it doesn't really matter, but the different areas do give you different benefits in different areas of the game. Some are more profitable early game, while others are better for the late game. So we're going to choose Europe here because it gives us a 50% discount in our engineering bay and laboratory operations. This is very important, as especially when you're playing at a higher difficulty level, you'll notice that you start out and gain very little money during the course of the game. Of course, that being another integral part to your success, you need to spend wisely and you need to research the right things.
What are they?
Welcome to Xcom HQ. This is an ant farm style base, and pretty much all of your Xcom operations happen here.
Commander to the barracks.
Everything from research to engineering to interacting with your soldiers and a whole lot more can be done directly from Xcom HQ. One of the first things, and many things that you'll be doing in Xcom Enemy Unknown, is interacting with your soldiers. One way to do so is to promote them. As they gain experience, they're going to start developing new skills and progressing down their sort of career path. Now, this sort of breaks down into a few different classes, including Assault, Support, Sniper, and heavy gunner. This particular soldier has been given a rocket launcher as part of his promotion to squatty. Although not all classes are going to be given weapons right away, they will all have different abilities that are going to be beneficial to either themselves, their teammates, or both.
Commander to
The research labs, as you could probably have already guessed, is where all of your research is going to happen. This is where you're going to study all the different artifacts and aliens that you find during your missions. Of course, all of the research is not going to be done in the same amount of time. The way that you speed that up is you build more laboratories, which in turn gives you more scientists. Another way to get more scientists is to fulfill orders placed by countries that are in the Xcom program, or simply by just getting more countries under your satellite coverage. This is something I'm going to show you guys in the next video. So we're going to start off here by researching some weapon fragments. This is going to be a very important first research project because it's going to allow us to build a very powerful weapon upgrade for our soldiers, which in turn is going to help us fight the aliens. The fragments are usually in plentiful supply, as most aliens do use weapons, and even though they explode after you've killed them, the fragments are automatically collected at the end of the mission and you can use them for research. Unfortunately though, if you choose to use grenades or other explosives against these aliens, those weapon fragments will be destroyed along with their bodies in the process, rendering both unusable for research.
Commander to mission.
Aside from advancing time, the Mission Control Center is very much vital to your success in the game, as it provides you with most of your missions, such as terror missions, interceptions, and abductions. Because you have a council of nations that stand behind you and help support your cause to fight the aliens, you need to make sure that they're always going to be there. Unfortunately, it's never as easy as it sounds, because in every mission you have the choice of helping only one country. The country you decide to help is going to give you some kind of bonus, whether that be scientists, engineers, money, and so on. Unfortunately, the countries you choose not to help are going to see their panic level rise. When their panic level rises beyond a certain threshold, you can expect that they will withdraw from the Xcom project and take all of their resources with them. Given the obvious fact that you're going to need all the help you can get, it's a great idea to do everything you can to keep these countries on your side. That means you're going to have to continuously keep satellite coverage over their countries to help protect them, fulfill certain requests, and do missions for them. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Play XCOM Enemy Unknown. Thank you so much for joining me. Please visit the blog at sspgaming.blogspot.com for all the latest updates and news about what's going on the channel. If you like what you see, please share, like, subscribe, and as always, stay classy. See you next time.